So today is a big day, and in my last video, I did call that there potentially be another bad day, and like anyone could have drew those lines and seen it coming, because these drops tend to happen, especially with all the news that are coming out this week. And obviously, the biggest news that came out, even though some of like my portfolio is green, but I think it's going to go one more day of red, because there's a lot of things going on with the politics, right? So we have the tariffs and the trade war, and all this stuff is going to affect the companies. Like that's what it is, especially if like the US is doing a trade war with like our super allies of like Canada and Mexico, like our literal neighbors. It's going to be tough, but there is supposed to be a talk Wednesday, which is tomorrow at the time of recording this, and maybe there will be some sort of like negotiation that could spike this market back in the green. But just to go over everything, let's jump right into my desktop and check out this heat map. Look, almost everything is red. Luckily, I do have a good amount of Nvidia cash secured puts and covered calls, so I'm cool with that. AMD also made a little bit of a green, like a 2.5%, but like look at the rest of this, and I have a big heavy holding of Tesla, and I have a few puts at like 277, and that is actually down to 272, so I'll probably get assigned, which is fine, because I can just do covered calls, and I'll just do covered calls all the way down and all the way back up until it goes to wherever it goes. But obviously we need Elon to start focusing on the company if we want to make money out here. So I don't even know where Palantir is right now. I have some leaps on there, but overall, like I'll probably start moving some of my money into like some of these green ones here. Like what? Like I like Google, so I had a few cash secured puts that I let expire last week, and I didn't get assigned, so I was pretty happy with those. So I'll probably go Google, Nvidia. I'm gonna keep some of the Tesla stuff, and I do like AMD because of where the price range is right now. So there's like certain things, and obviously a Coinbase is one of those stocks that is kind of hitting it for me. And obviously, like here's the QQQ where I said, like, is this a bottom at 495? I'm not sold on it. I'm really not sold on it. I really do think we're gonna go to like the 480s. So if it does go there, that means another big red day, and then hopefully that means that's the bounce, because this is my support level, and I'm hoping it is. But look how high this VIX is, guys. It went as high as like 25. And it just keeps creeping up, guys. It just keeps creeping up, and that's not a good thing for the stock market and everything in general. But if you want to consistently make money in the stock market like I do, it's simple. It's cash secured puts, covered calls. And the way you got to look at it is, yes, your portfolio, if you have the shares wherever you're at, is going to look red. It's going to look down. It's going to look negative. But remember, the only time you really lose is if you sell. And as long as you're doing this with fundamentally sound companies that you want long-term in your portfolio, you should do really well in the long term. So again, like the Nvidias, AMDs, I want to say Tesla, and I believe Palantir, even Palantir is like getting beat. It's like at 84 right now, but it's not bad because these are at discounted prices. So what I would personally do, because right now I have a bunch of cash secured puts at like 112, which was fine. I made money on it. I really don't see it dropping back down there, but if it does, I'm perfectly cool with buying hundreds of shares of Nvidia at 112, and then I would start doing covered calls. And like even if you did this for this Friday, tomorrow, Wednesday, you would still get $203 of premium. That is a lot of money. So let's just so you guys could see how much percentage that is. So you're going to do 2.03 divided by 112. You're getting almost 2% on your money for a 3-day contract, which is pretty wild in my opinion. And right now where it's at, that would be a 31 delta, like 31% chance that it goes here. So that's like one of those plays that I'm heavily in already. And then if I wanted to look at Tesla, like if you wanted to be on the cash secured put side, what would I do? Like, what would I do? We're at 276 right now. And if I wanted to do something for this week, where would I stand? To be honest, I'd probably be putting in pretty far out sell put, and you'd still get a good amount of money. I was going to look at like the 250s, to be honest, like 250 to 245. You're getting anywhere from like 253 to 178 bucks. And let's see, 245 delta is 13%, 250 is a 17. Like obviously with the more volatile stocks, it's going to be harder to believe these percentage chances, these deltas, but it is low enough to just consider them. I round up for like super volatile stocks. It's like 17%. I'm going to say it's a 20, you know, that's how I'm going to look at it. And this would be potentially a play I would do for 3 days. I would get 253 bucks. And this is like about a 1%, 2.53 divided by 250. Yeah. It's a 1% play for a 3 days, which is, it's a lot of money. Plus for me, for Tesla, I want Tesla in my portfolio. So again, that's why I'm willing to buy Tesla at 250 bucks, because I personally believe we're at half the market value price of it. You know, like I believe this is a $500+ share, a $500+ company stock. So like we're at like the halfway point of that. And then when this does go back up to 500 bucks, and it goes like 250 per share, 250 times 100, just if you had one contract, that's like 25K of gains right there. That's how I want to look at it. That's how optimistic I am on Tesla, even though I know there's a lot of people that like hate what's going on and everything like that. But it's one of those plays that I personally love to look at. Then, no, I didn't want to look at super microcomputer. AMD at 101. I really wish I bought. Like I wish I was paying attention more today, to be honest. Like I wish I had like these $90 range. I would have actually bought hundreds of shares at this, at least 200, 300 shares at this mark. But it's okay. We're at 100. I do think this is still at a very big discount of where it could be. And I would be selling like the 30 delta here as well. 97, 99, maybe like 98 to 97. Like the 30 deltas, and be collecting 1% on your money here as well. 111 bucks for 98. Yeah, probably 1.11 divided by 98. Yeah, 1.1%. Like that is solid amount of money here, guys. And these are stocks that, again, I'm going to always emphasize, these are stocks that you want in your portfolio. I'm very happy to own these. Like this is the way that I would keep doing this. I would be buying, I'd be selling these cash secured puts at prices at a discount. So if the stock did so happen go down on Friday at 4 p.m. to this price that I chose, that I'm cool with buying, I would get assigned 100 shares. And then next week, I would just be on the covered call side and make money on the way up, on the way down. Does not matter. Like I have, and like it's, and as long as you're above your cost basis, you could technically not lose. But obviously, if the stock market keeps going down, like I'm thinking that it might for a little bit, you can sell covered calls below your cost basis. Just you have to pay more attention to it. So instead of this being more passive and more hands off, you will now have to be watching the stock a little bit closer, just in case if the actual stock price starts going past the strike price for your cover call that you chose. And then if that happens, then you could potentially roll it to the next week or a month out and continue cashing on credits on that end and keep making money on that end. And this is personally what I'm doing. This is how I was making like 1,500 a week. But if you guys saw the Discord, I only put out enough to make 626 bucks. It's because I am very weary of the market right now. Like the volatility, like I do have fear. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not so fearful that I won't invest, that I won't do all that stuff. I'm just fearful with the amount of cash that I'm putting in at a specific time. I do want to deploy all my cash at some point, but I also want to see a certain trend go where I see the bounce and I see that we are on the way back up. And that's when I will start deploying 100% of my money so I could catch that gain that I'm looking for. And that's how we're going to make a lot of money in this market. And that's what I recommend for a lot of people to do. So, I wouldn't be throwing all my money right away. Like I've said in some of my other videos, like for someone like Tesla, I'm buying 10 shares at a time. So like say $3,000 on the way down and on the way back up. So, the game is to dollar cost average on the way in for Tesla, since it's a expensive stock, to get 100 shares. So eventually I'll get to another 100 shares. And once it hits that, I'll start doing covered calls. But I wanted to get into that stock quicker than just doing cash secured puts. So that's my strategy. This is what I'm currently doing. This has been one of the lowest weeks I've had of $626, but it's okay. It's free money. It's money that I didn't have before. And the plan again is still to grow this portfolio. The one that I show on this on my YouTube here is currently sitting only at like 72,000 right now, when it was actually closer to 90 at one point, but it's okay. I'm going to get this up to 100,000 once this bull market starts happening, once some more green days start happening. By the end of this year, I will definitely have it by $100,000. And then the goal is to get this to like $1 million within a few years. And this is where I'm going to document it. So I hopefully you guys keep sticking around, you guys keep watching me, and we all get rich together. So again, thanks for watching. Again, none of this was financial advice. This is just personally what I'm doing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.